Hey everyone, welcome to my first and probably last ever video on my, whatever I called it, Jean's crappy reviews. I wanted to do a review of the Nextbase 312GW. By the way, I want to apologise for the bad quality video and the bad quality audio because I'm filming on my iPhone 5S, so yeah. I've had this Dashcam now for 4 months. I bought it after Christmas and I bought this camera on Amazon along with a polarizing filter and the, what's this thing called, the hardwiring kit. Actually didn't end up using, which I will explain later. Overall, I think I have no complaints about the camera. I actually think it's very good. The video quality is amazing. I will insert some sample footage of me driving along our Irish country roads here. The camera itself is pretty easy button layout. I'm trying to film this without doing a face reveal because I just don't want to right now. That is the on and off button. These two buttons are actually quite handy. Goddamn cars. This button here is when the camera is on, you can turn off the sound just with one click, and you can turn off the display, because I've noticed from having this camera now that when the display is on here, when you're driving, it's actually quite distracting, especially during the nighttime. This button then here, which I have actually a small complaint about, after me just saying I've had no problems with the camera. A couple of times I have needed to press this button just for silly reasons. It's kind of iffy. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But then this could also be my fault, because when I installed the camera on the first day, this mount here is actually quite flimsy, for lack of a better word. I do not trust it. I've seen a couple of bad reviews on the reviews page on Amazon about this, and the first day I got it, I stuck it on here, stuck the camera onto it, and it fell. I mean, the good thing was the actual G-sensor on the camera picked up an impact and saved the footage, so at least I know the G-sensor works, but I don't trust the mount. So I actually ended up, oh god, I think I just did a little face reveal there, but what I ended up doing was taking this wire here, wrapping it around the mirror twice, and I did my own wiring here, which I'll explain in a second. Thank you, Halfords. So if you were getting someone to hardwire it, or you're doing it yourself, I would really recommend to wrap the wire around your mirror, because it's fell twice now and it's been saved because it's being held on by here. Anyway, moving on from that life story. Yeah, the button layout is quite easy, and I guess this Wi-Fi symbol means something. I mean, I'm not really sure. I've connected it to my phone, and the app is really helpful and it works, and that's the main thing. This here is the record button. For me, it records automatically when I click it into the mount, but you can press that or whatever. Here is the mode button. I mean, you just press it a few times and it'll bring you to like the picture, the video, and back to the recorded stuff. Here's the menu. I mean, there's other videos on YouTube explaining all this, which kind of defeats the purpose of me doing a video, but I've just got a notion and felt like it. Here's another bit of advice for anyone buying this camera. I'm not sure about all, but my model did not accept a 64GB mini SD card. It only accepts a 32GB, which was kind of contradicting to what it said on Amazon. On Amazon it said it accepted a 64GB, which I don't know why, because when I bought it, it wouldn't accept it. So I'm not sure is that for every model, but just a word of advice, I would not chance and get the 64. Now I have a random 64GB memory card because it's just a hassle sending it back to England. Here's the mount, and here is the polarizing filter, which I have no idea why I bought it. Again, I just got a notion, but I bought the polarizing filter. Parts of me wished I waited until this video to put it on, but I just got excited and put it on. It just basically sticks to, where's my finger? It basically just sticks to the camera itself, and I haven't really noticed a massive difference, if I'm honest. Apparently it stops glare from the sun, and it actually turns. Yeah, it turns. so you can manually focus it if it's not in focus, I guess. Yeah, so this is all what's on the front. It's tiny, the camera itself, it's really handy. Oh, there goes the G sensor. Now let's turn it on without showing you my face, which is kind of awkward for me. You just hold the power button and it turns on. But I mean, it's really, really user friendly. Like I said, you can see here the little GPS thing is flashing. I have the date, the time, the battery level is down there. Sorry for the crappy video quality. I think that thing means that there's an SD card in there. I don't know. I have it recording in 1080p, and I think that's the saturation. I mean, I don't know. This here is how many minute intervals or something it records. I don't know. Someone else would explain that to you on YouTube. And I just have the audio recording off because I feel like it's kind of invasive, especially if you have someone in your car. And I don't know, for me, I just turned the feckin' thing off. So just trying to go through the menu here without showing my face. Don't ask why I'm so insecure right now. Just press menu and it will bring you to the menu setting. I mean, this, I've seen multiple videos with like an in-depth review of the menu, so I have no idea why you would bother looking at this. Here's the resolution. I have it set here to 1080p, which I don't think anyone's explained this, but for me, since I have it set to 1080p on a 32GB, you would be pretty shocked how quickly the video, like, I guess how it works is it will continuously record and overlap existing footage unless you have pressed the red button to save it. But for me, I thought, like, I do a regular enough driving. I mean, I feel like I'd only get a day and a half of footage before it would start overlapping. Yeah, basically here's the exposure. I have it on 0. It was automatically there when I got the camera, so I'm not really changing it. Like I said, audio recording is off. That's just an option to put it on or off. I have my license plate number in here. I do not know why. If anyone wants to know what car I drive a shitting Peugeot. And I am definitely a woman driver. Next here is the video length. I have this set to 3 minutes. It's set on 3 minutes. Parking mode, I don't have that put on since it's not hardwired to my battery. Thank you again, Halford. Rotate display, nah, that's not really applying to me. It's just simple. You just click it and it rotates it to the other side. I don't know why. Date and time, that's all self-explanatory. The speed stamp I have set on along with GPS. You cannot set speed stamp without GPS being on. Yeah, I don't know how it works. I turned off Nextbase because I am not a Nextbase whore. And G sensor is on. It definitely works because, like I said, I dropped it off the mount and it recorded an impact. It was an impact. And then to get over to this little other thing, you press menu. I think. Yeah, the Wi-Fi here is really handy. They have an app that you connect to. You just click it on, it'll give you a Wi-Fi code and you connect it to your phone. Then download it to the app. I must say, for a 3-minute video, it does take a long time to put through to your phone. You will be waiting at least 5 minutes to get a 3-minute clip. This is just, again, formatting an SD card, easy. Did it already say date and time, or I don't know. Date and time zones, all that. So moving on, finally, I'm going to talk about the hardwiring kit. I have no experience with the hardwiring kit at all because Halfords actually refused to install my hardwiring kit since I did not buy the camera from their shop, which I think is crazy. I mean, I've never heard that before and I'm annoyed I wasted the money on the hardwiring kit. I had to buy a battery pack. I ended up buying this Energizer thing on Argos. It was €30, I think. It's a 10,000, whatever the way they measure, I don't know, 10,000 anyway. I'm a regular driver. I drive to college most days, which is like a 30-minute drive each way on a good day. And this battery pack will last me 5 or 6 days, so if you were thinking about doing a dash cam and there's just problems with installation and all that, I would recommend this. I mean any, but this is the one I can only talk about. But yeah, back to Halfords. Fuck Halfords, right? After I purchased the camera, I inquired would they install the hardwiring kit onto the battery, and like I said, they refused to do it because the camera itself wasn't purchased from Halfords, which I think is absolutely crazy and a complete money gimmick. It equaled out to be actually €46 cheaper to get the camera, the hardwiring kit, the polarizing filter, the memory stick on, yeah, that's it, on Amazon. It was €46 cheaper at that time. and I'm not paying €46 more, not including the €30 installation fee in Halfords, because it's cheaper on Amazon. And I didn't say where I got it. I didn't want to like argue, because I'm not like that kind of type. I was like ready to start crying, to be honest. But yeah, they refused to do it, and that really annoyed me. I had to go away and spend extra on this battery pack and an extended USB cable which goes up and around my shitting Peugeot. So since I've had to run the camera via battery pack, I've had to buy a USB extension lead, which isn't this. I don't know why I'm pointing to it. This cable itself is the original cable that came with the camera. It's just for charging it and putting stuff onto the computer. I just pushed the lead up there. But yeah, I got a USB extension cord here, but it plugs into there, and I put the extension thing the whole way down under the car, and it went down under my seat, which plugs into the battery. So right now I'm just going to show you, I guess, where under the car where I put it, or under my seat. Oh, this review. I'm going to show you where I put it. It has two USB thingies here, so that's kind of handy. I'm not sure about every car, but my car has like two like places where you can put stuff under your seat. I mean, yeah. Like I said, the wire comes the whole way down under my shitting Peugeot and goes in here. So let's kind of like do this somehow. Amazon, sponsor me. Alright, it just goes in there, and I just like close it. Now, regardless of whether my camera was hardwired or whether it was used to a battery pack, I wouldn't have left the camera on the mount when I'm not in the car, because where I park, especially up in my college, I wouldn't trust people. And although I live out in the countryside, I don't know, I still wouldn't trust people. So I mean, I would have been taking the camera on and off the mount anyway, so that's not a problem. And when I'm like ready to start the car and stuff, I just simply just take it and like put it on. Yeah, so it just turns on. You see the blue light on, and there it is. It's just simple. Like, there we go. So you know this red thing there, it means it's charging, so that's always handy. Also, yeah, that's it. I have nothing else to say. So thank you so much for watching. I will probably never see you again. Bye.
Oh, you know what? Clarkson's right. Peugeots are arseholes.